I think we have an identity crisis. We have a lot of labels, but that's okay. Thank you so much for coming here today. We're super excited for this panel. We're going to start with a quick video.
Just wanted to tell you how I met Lisa Thompson. I met her back in 2000. I was on my first bull hunt.
I met Donnell down in southern Colorado on a hunt. We were in a restaurant together. And it was real cold. It was in November.
It was minus 18 outside. We're all taking off our orange and face masks. All you can see is your eyes.
I looked across the room and she took her hat off. And I saw, oh, there's another lady.
I looked across Blue Creek Lodge and saw that there was another woman.
So we kind of each saw each other and we just started talking and we've been friends ever since.
It's kind of exciting when you're in a man's world to see another female that has some of the same passions.
Donnell in 2000, we saw each other here and there, but we really became friends about 8 years ago where we started hanging out. I had a deer tag. I called their company for a deer mount here, and the rest is history, really. We met at a Chick-fil-A and we just got talking, and we've been best of friends ever since.
So in 2010, we actually went on our first whitetail hunt on my father's ranch in Oklahoma, and just got to learn more about each other and found that we were like instant friends. License.
Snacks, my favorite.
Deadline to get out.
Extra flashlight with batteries.
Emergency whistle. It's like we were sisters from another mother, but we truly do have a lot of passions in common, and our hunting styles are very similar.
What I really like about her is we have the same hunting style, and to be honest, I've hunted most all my life, and I'm a pretty aggressive hunter, I'll admit that.
Yeah, one this morning, and we had him going, Wayne had him going, and we tried to close distance, so what we're going to do is try to get him tonight. We're going to have some cow calls and vehicles, and hopefully we can get another player on the range.
I'm one of those hunters that I don't want to say I could have, should have, or would have done. Chances are I've went in there and I've messed them up, but I've capitalized on a lot of aggressive hunting.
We have a lot of fun calling together. We play off each other. It's almost like a elk duet, if you will. There'll be times I'll be cow calling, she'll be cow calling on top of those calls.
And voila, 1 in the afternoon, we got 5 bugles back instantly. It was crazy. One special thing about Donnell, I think, is just her calling and her passion for the animals and how she likes to talk to them. She just loves to hear their bugles or their mews, and she can imitate those right back, and I just think it's amazing.
Absolutely love calling with her. It's probably what we do best together.
She's been part of my family for the last 8 years, and my girls adore her, my husband adores her, my dogs adore her, and so I work for them. I work for Huntndivas, her and her husband Dave own, and I've worked for them guys the last 6 years.
Love each other and care for each other, and we truly have each other's back, and especially being in a man's world, so to speak, it's nice to be able to confide in another female with the challenges you may be going through.
She is a jack of all trades, really. She's a musician, she's a mother, there's so many great things about her. She's an IT specialist.
We don't hunt all the time, and you know, when you walk through the journey called life, sometimes you just need a best friend to call when you have challenges. She's always been there for me.
Mic drop.
So what we're going to do today, we didn't want to spend a lot of time talking about us. We wanted you to see a quick video, and we're going to share with you some of these ladies that we've networked with, some we've met here at the show for the first time. So we're not the only ladies in the outdoors trying to find the animals. We want to share some other ladies' stories and organizations they're a part of. And we're in a booth really just right over the top where you see Ella, our nice elk decoy. She's looking into our booth. We would love for you to come meet some of these ladies. So they're only going to get 3 minutes each, and if they go over, I'm going to tap them. No. Anyway, because obviously there's a lot of stories. Each one of them could probably teach a class, but we want to introduce you so that if it's somebody you really want to know more about, please come over to our booth and meet them and hear their story or exchange emails. We have a Hunting Diva sign up over there that we'd love, love, love to have all of you ladies so we can network with you and let you know. We do goose hunts, we do pheasant hunts.
This series is called, if you were here all 3 days, this is the third part of shooting through the barriers in a man's world. So this is our panel that we want to show, and you're going to find some amazing stories of how these ladies became huntresses and hunting divas, if you ask me. So I think you're in for a treat. So here we go.
So we're starting off with Marcia, and it's not necessarily in picture order here, okay? You'll bear with me, right? So I've got Marcia first. Go, Marcia Brownlee.
Hi.
Yeah.
Okay.
You might want to do it that one slide.
Hi, my name is Marcia. I'm here representing Artemis, which is a program of the National Wildlife Federation. And I'll talk a little bit about that, but I wanted to start with my personal story. I've been fishing for about 9 years and hunting for about 5. And my initiation into hunting was an effort to spend more time with my father. My mother was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, and he and I were going through some pretty tough times together. And so he's an avid shooter, and he reloads his own bullets. And so I wanted to have an opportunity for us to do something positive together. So he started taking me to the range and teaching me how to shoot. And I always joke, if you know the children's book, if you give a moose a muffin, if you give a naturalist a rifle, she's going to want to take it for a walk. And I started hunting, and it was a really life-changing experience. It was more powerful and more impactful than I could have ever expected it to be. And it helped me through some really difficult years of my life. And then I started hunting with women. And again, it was more powerful and more impactful than I thought it would be. And I really wanted to share that experience. So I was lucky enough to land the job as Artemis Program Manager. And as I said, Artemis is a program of the National Wildlife Federation, and our mission is twofold. First, we believe very strongly that the stories and the voices of women hunters and anglers need to be amplified in the sporting community. So it's really exciting to be here, both with Donna and Lisa and all these amazing women who have such powerful stories. As everybody knows, women are the fastest growing demographic in hunting and angling, but they've also been a part of this community for a really long time. There's a lot of expertise and a lot of knowledge, and we want to hold those leaders up and introduce them to women who are new to the field and build those relationships and build that community, because in addition to the largest growing demographic, we also want to encourage retention and relationships do that. And then Artemis also believes really strongly that if you engage in hunting and fishing, you have an obligation to engage in conservation advocacy, because these resources are not going to retain themselves. There's a lot of diverse needs for the lands that we love, and we have to fight for our access, and we have to fight for the health of the wildlife and the habitat. So Artemis is here to introduce sportswomen to conservation, which is an incredibly difficult and complex issue. And so we're here to help you sort through the information and to help you build the skills to be effective. You can find us at artemis.nwf.org. We have Facebook and Instagram. We do a lot of really fun events. We're national, but we focus on the interior west, including Colorado. Our home office is here in Denver. We do a lot of social activities, so introduce women to each other, skills building activities, advocacy classes. We're all about empowering women to engage in this field. And if you are a man, we have dubbed you Artemen, and you are more than welcome to participate.
Thank you so much, Marcia. Artemen, give it up for Marcia. Come on. There we go. The next lady I'd like to introduce you to is Stephanie. So, Stephanie, hold that mic nice and close so they can hear
Hello?
you. All right.
Cool. Hi. I'm Stephanie Vu. I am an IP attorney at a firm down the road. I've been hunting for about 2 years now. I primarily bow hunt elk, and I absolutely love it. I love getting out in the woods up close with elk. And I got into hunting because I wanted to know where my food came from. and I ultimately wanted to become responsible for my food because I had at the time been going out to farms and saying hello to my food, but I also wanted to become responsible. But also at the time I was afraid of guns and bows, so instead I became a vegetarian for a few years. And then I inadvertently found myself in a biathlon rifle safety class because I didn't realize that biathletes shot real rifles, and it was too late, and so I figured, I guess I'm doing this. So I shot my first rifle when I was 29. I loved it, and it just opened up this whole new world for me of hunting, and I was like, wow, okay, I can do this. So my husband and I, we both, neither of us, and this is kind of our barrier, neither of us grew up in a hunting family, like many of the women on this panel. We knew a couple of people that hunted, but didn't know anyone that bow hunted elk. And so, like any good millennial, we Googled a lot. I joined a lot of Facebook groups. I read a ton of forums. I just researched as much as I could. CPW had a great Elk 101 university page. We went to CPW clinics like Elk 101, Scouting 101, and just really tried to do as much research as possible. And when I felt comfortable, I started reaching out to people in the different Facebook groups and kind of asking targeted questions, and kind of gained a couple of mentors that way, and these mentors have been instrumental in helping me on my journey with elk hunting. And so I think for me, this barrier to entry ended up, I was actually able to meet a lot of really cool people, a lot of mentors, a lot of great ladies too. I joined a Colorado Women Who Hunt Facebook group and met a lot of great ladies through there. And yeah, and so I'm always happy to, I've met other hunters who are also kind of starting, you know, late, or not late, but as adults who never grew up with hunting, with a hunting culture or a hunting family, and it's been really fun being a resource for them since I've been there and kind of gone through the process. And so I've been just really enjoying meeting new hunters and hoping to help bring in more.
Thank you so much, Stephanie. Stephanie, give it up for her. Again, all of these ladies are going to be in the booth over here. So if there's somebody you hear and you hear a resource and you want to know more, please, please, please come over and see us. Randy Clark, I'm just